Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're doing a tour of CCHQ as of January 5th, 2026. Without further ado, let's begin. So as you can see, we're here in the Bloxburg neighborhood. Let's go over here. So first things first, we'll be starting off at the front. We'll go into the basement and then work our way up. I think we can do that. So this is our train station where a train can pull up and then you can get in the train and go wherever. Here's our very fancy movie booster for Mr. Allguy and his work. So, very fancy for Mr. Allguy. This is, okay, we'll do this now. So this is a drive-thru for Cookie Club restaurant with its own menu, and inside, we'll go over here, it has its own entrance. It has an interior with very detailed, so that you can make the food to give to the customer inside. Pretty neat. And we have our main parking lot. We have Allguy's vehicles here. There's Vale in the lobby, and he's running. And we have these vehicles. So these vehicles are from the rent-a-car. And also, they are free during the meetup times. So, this is a sales limo. He's going to take it and then leave. So, we'll see those now. If we go over here, this is the CCHQ monument. Some of it isn't. Some of it is blocked by this pillar, but that's okay. We're going to go into this building now. This is our fundraiser donation center, and also just basically a financial center. So, this is basically like an office area for that. We also have a visitor center, like that also includes like ID offices, and then also we have like ID as an identification, also just random basic services to help services information. So we have the back more office, and then also if you want an ID, you can get a picture taken here like this. So we're gonna go ahead and exit here. All right. Let's see, what could we do? Well, we're gonna go up here to the second story, but on the outside, this is the high rank lounge, I believe. I'm pretty sure this is a high rank lounge, so only for high ranking members. There's a VIP subscription room. So if you pay 10k or something, you can get access to this room. So we close that door. Let's go up here now. This is our trap room, our little audience room. So just watch this. You can get, fall into the floor. This is what happens, and you have to go over here to get out the hatch. Alright, we are back. This is the old room. There was a technical difficulty, by the way. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and do it. And then it leads you to the maze. So you're going to go down the third door. And when you get here, you're going to go all the way to the right. And then you'll jump, but I lost there, but you get about here and then you win. So that's how that works. Okay, let's go to the football field. This is just a little football field that we can do. So you have. Alright, I'm thinking, do we go up, or should we go down? We're going to go ahead and go down. So I have done everything on the outside at the front, so we're going to go inside of the door, and we'll show this is the lobby of CCHQ. So you see, also by the way, this one, this is a memorial to the other client called C5, which was removed because the owner got terminated from the PLOTS platform, and then it took the clock with him, but we have made a new replica of it from another person. So we have the other side of the lobby. Here's just the bathroom in the lobby. This is the main security checkpoint to the CCHQ. We're going to go inside, and we're going to take a right hand turn. This is the service desk, where you can ask questions about the service. Basically, like the visitor center is the service desk. And here's the inside of the security booth. This is the basically a sit-down showroom. Used to be a sunroom, but then we built something that way. So now it's just a room with chairs. And here's what was built. This is the fire department with our own fire truck, and then a supervisor over here. And then here's the room for the firefighters. And this is eventually going to be the firefighter office if we ever get that built. Alright, so now we are going to go this way. And we're going to go downstairs and do all the basement floor doing this. So this is a lobby for over here. If there's a racetrack, we're going to get a vehicle and do that. And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Of course, we do have the racetrack plot, which will be featured later in the video. It's probably a lot bigger than this. So that's our track, kind of small, a lot smaller compared to the racetrack for one size. So we're going to here, actually we're going to go from the main entrance to this room to make it feel better. This is our cafe. extremely detailed in the kitchen area too. Okay, shout out to Mr. Bagel. Great decorating. We're gonna go down there a bit. Let's finish up here. So this is our old training room. We used to use it. Okay. Thank you all, guy. We're gonna go down here instead for the bunker. So here's a security checkpoint because this is our bunker for emergency lockdowns and such. Here's the part with children. We have our office area. We have some sleep areas, some headquarters, and also the bathroom. So down here we have our kitchen. And then here's another security checkpoint because this is our prison for people who have misbehaved because they've been bad, which is not good, but they have to deal with punishment if they've been bad. Here's our courtroom, if anybody gets sued. So we have our jury area, we have the judge's desk, a witness testimony area, we have our plaintiff and their lawyer, and we also have the defendant and the defendant's lawyer for the over there. And of course all this is just for the guests watching. And as you can see over here, we also do see an elevator. This is elevator number 2. I'm guessing we can do this. This is our VIP parking for almost every HR and MR role. So CCH security checkpoint for that. And here's also the train. So we're going to go back down. And we're here where we were before all that is build mode. This is our old train room. We don't use it anymore because we have an entire school up above. Here is Bagel's room, which includes an entire cafe. Very detailed, very detailed. Alright, let's go here. This is an empty room. This used to be our meeting room, but then we placed that somewhere else. We'll get to that in a bit. So looks like we've done everything over here. Here's just basically the children for, your studies and other whatever you need to do. This is, so this used to be Zale and Bagel's room, but this is just Zale's now. Very detailed. It's been here a very long time. One of the first ever rooms. And here's our maintenance room, where you can control the power, make the lights go off. Now here's an interview room. We don't do interviews to get you into the CC anymore, so it's more used as an interrogation room nowadays. And there's mood boosters again. And here's a room that most nobody knows, but this is a vault for the cookies. So that's secret. I should not be showing you that. You're probably gonna get in trouble. This is our store. In fact, what used to be in this room were all the HR offices, which seems pretty cool. But now it's just a store. Here's a storage area for the store. Here's our member lounge, also one of the first rooms ever built. And here's a pool extension to it. So that's all. We have one more room, and this is my room. I'm gonna have to change all this. This looks ugly. But this is my room. So let's go upstairs, and we're gonna take over here. Okay, so now we're going to the public bathroom. This is also one of the very first rooms, but it was definitely upgraded recently. Here is our newsroom, where we have stuff like press conferences and stuff like that. Here's our guy all the way. Here he is. Hello there. Here's the backstage area for it. Over here, this is a juxtaroom, or how do you say it? This is his. Okay, so this is a juxtaroom here. And then here is our guy's room. And of course, we have his bathroom. This is the janitor's room. Here's our finance department room, so just offices and meeting room for him, for them. Here's our activity department room, so offices and meeting room for them. Nothing down there. Alright, we go this way. This is the security department room. And here's our member department room. So here's another door, and then here's also the elevator room too. And then this is the VIP parking, which we already did. So we're gonna go down here. This is the auditorium. So for like a big event, for example, all guys celebrations, he has those here. This is the backstage area. And here's what we're going to do next. This is a Cookie Club restaurant, the full-on part of it. So we have a waiting room over here. And then let's go over here. We have our bathroom. This is so let's go up here. This is our outdoor area. And then also this is just a bunch of seating, a whole lot of it. We have our very detailed kitchen, probably the best area in the entire quad. Very, very detailed. Shout out to Bacon. And we also have a second story addition to this. This is unmade yet, but this is going to be like a staff room, lounge, and then also like other things, just random miscellaneous staff room maybe we could include a servicing or what we're doing in the kitchen for the second story, so that they don't have to travel that far. We'll see. Here's the bathroom for the second story. We have a whole lot of seating over here. This is our party room for the restaurant. It's also our janitorial and storage room. So if we CCRT is done, so let's go over here. I believe the entire first story is complete, if I'm not mistaken. I believe so. So we're going to go to the second story now. So we're going to go to story number 2. What we've done here, this is our election center. Probably the most, well, very recently made. So we're going to have campaign posters along the walls. This is just the lobby. This is the office for the Patriot Party. This is the office for the Veterans Party over here. And if we go down this hallway, we'll have more. This is a campaign office room for rent by the election committee. And this room is the exact same. This one is for rent campaign office room. And here's going to be the office for the election committee. And then over here is going to be a room showing all of the winners that have won Hall of Fame once a year. So we just had the first one the other day, so we only have one. The second anniversary, we have the winner being Margot. Alright, let's go down here. Here's a big garden room. Let's look at the basketball court. We can take the basketball and throw it in here. Alright, and we also have a bunch of details all around too. We can go down this way first. Here are the apartments. So this is what they look like in CCHQ. I guess you could decorate them if you wanted. So yeah, they're all the same. And then also I do remember, well, we do have a bathroom over here. And then there's also apartments on the 3rd floor and the 4th floor. Okay, so now we're going to go this way. This is basically a desk for, like, you know, servicing also for the apartments, and this is gym over here. This is the gym. Let's do this one. We just have a little review of the main one. And then there's also a way to get outside. Here's another overview of the lobby. So let's go in here. This is our bank. So you can rent money, but you have to pay back interest on it. So here's the storage, and there's some filing, and also the vault. Here's a big cookie display area. Here's also the area where you can see every campaign poster of all time, not just the active ones. So you can see, you know, we see 2024, that's pretty old. Yeah, so over here is our prize room, where you can win prizes for attending meetings. So on the right, we have for attending 2, and on the left, we have for attending 5. Now demonstrating. So basically what you do is kick down the ball, and you go down, and check where it landed. And if this was real, I'd be getting a meetup skip, if I wanted. This is the All-Guy Detection Agency, where if you see anything suspicious or a little breaking, you can report it. All-Guy is the owner of this detection agency. And we also have a detainee cell over here, and have some offices in the back. Here's our HR offices. We're going to have offices for all the HR and all too. Starting from the right, we have the head of finance and assistant head of finance office. Here's the head of security office. Here's the activity director office. Of course, most of these haven't been made. Headquarters. My office, the coroner. Here's the head of members office. And here's the owner office for All-Guy. And of course, we do have 2 vacant offices where whatever positions are to be made in the future or whatever. So I believe that's all over here. We can move on this way. And then this is basically a storage room. Over here, this is the entrance to the auditorium. Here's the entrance to the extension to the CCR. Here's the soccer. Wait, are we done with the second story? I think we are. Let's check. Is there anything I need to do? No, not really, so I think we did it all. We're going to go to the 3rd story. We're going to use the staircase. Here's the soccer room. So you kick the ball into the goal. Of course, All-Guy has to win it. And we get set up. Never mind. Oh, can we go down? Of course, All-Guy's gone. We're going to have to wait for it to go. Let's see if Ryder can do it. And we did it. That's right. Alright. This is Bagel's therapy room. We're not going to do that. Let's go down here real quickly. We do see a display case for a pizza. Let's go in here. We're going to do that in a second, and that's all. There's also elevator number 2. So this is our ballroom. You see we have guest viewing rooms for the box seating. You also see a bunch of tables empty room here, and that one over there is empty. So we have our grand stage. We just use this for the 2-year anniversary. And then we do have a backstage room over here. Okay, so is there anything else on the third story that I need to get to? I don't believe there is. Apartments. Do that. Yeah. So I think we already did most of it, which was just the underneath of the golf courses. Okay, so that's everything we need to do. Wait, I'll with you. Okay, so we go to the fourth story. There's again premium seating. And this is our mini golf. Or mini golf for the golf. Before we do that, here is just a random bathroom. I'm gonna kick that in. Let's see. I haven't done this in a while, by the way. Alright, seriously. Okay. That's just. Alright, you're being ridiculous. That's very bad. Okay, yeah, that's enough. Whoa. Okay, alright. This is not soccer, this is mini golf. There's no way you should be showing me right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're gonna stop doing mini golf because alright is running the situation. There are 9 holes for you to knock it down into. So here's probably the best thing in the entire quad, except for the restaurant. This is our top golf. We're gonna go up. We'll see we have another story of top golf. So you see we do have a detailed kitchen for it, and we also have some seating. We're gonna go do this room real quick. Okay, and then also this is the floor is lava room. So basically you just try to stay on it as long as possible. This is a volleyball court. So you try to get it over the net. Here's our baseball room. Right there. Here's our seasonal room, the adventure center. This is basically just a winter room because it is winter right now. Here's some seating for the baseball. And we're on the roof. And then this is our fireworks show. We're going to do that. We're going to be here live. Very big on the side. Looks like I'm getting offered the food. Oh, it's took away from me. How rude. Yep, give it to me. So I can eat while we watch the fireworks. Alright, and now we're gonna watch the fireworks. Oh, on God, do not take the food. And, oh my God. You guys being very mean. So we have to go. Oh, rude of him to do that. That's very bad. And here's some other fireworks. Oh, looks like I didn't know. Oh my God. Oh yeah, all guys getting very mean. So now we go inside. This is basically a showroom over here. This is an arcade, and this is our car museum for every vehicle that costs money in Boxford. So I bet it's going to run on that. There's the 4th story apartments. We have a over here. There's a movies here, and also we have, yeah, all that just told me it costs 1.6 mil, that's a lot. This is a hide and seek room, so you can find random hiding spots in here. Over here is the school. So school for people alone. Here's a front desk, and also there what you just saw is the lobby. This is a bathroom. And also over here we have the principal and vice principal offices. Here's our library. This is the detention room. There's a training kitchen for how to do that. Here's the janitorial room. And here's the cafeteria. This is all guys' classroom. And then over here is my classroom. This is the prize room, as we were showing earlier. We're going to go use this elevator so that we can go to number 5. So here's some inside seating for the top area. Empty room there, probably going to be something that can be used for a bathroom crusher. Oh yeah, thank you all guys, I was going to forget. This is our laboratory for science. Yeah, big one, big this. Very detailed. I can't really see here, but okay, here we go. And here's something we did today. This is the rent a car office, so you can rent vehicles. This is what I was talking about at the very beginning, at the front of CCHQ. This is the awards room where you can see everybody that has won an award. We haven't put the posters up yet, but this is just how it's going to be went through. We can go down here first and then do just all of them. Now this is a cookie. This is the pizza making room, and this is the cookie making room. Now this is a lobby, but it's lobby. So yeah, this is a hospital room, an office for it. Anyway, all that, okay. Anyway, this is a no office for it, and then here's what an actual hospital room looks like. Okay, so that's all the hospital rooms, and with that, I believe that is every room in CCHQ that we have done. I believe that is every room we have done. So, I think we're done. Hopefully I'm not mistaken about that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head to Cookie 4. We're going to travel there via the train. Okay, we're going to have to go to the station and wait for there. And we're going to get in the train. And here we are at C4. We're off the train and we're going to head inside. Hello everybody, we are now at C4. This is our train station over here. We're going to start here. If we go this way, you notice our train over here. We're going to go this way, and we see our main entrance and underground parking. So C4 does not have any above ground parking, we just have underground. So let's go ahead and do the basement, and then we're going to go up and do all of the inside of the first story. So we have VIP parking towards the front, and then non-VIPs parked down here. So first things first, we're going to check out our bunker. There's a security checkpoint for that. And we have some areas in here. Here's the inside of the security checkpoint. This is the bathroom through there. There's a kitchen over here, some beds, a chill area. And we're going to exit bunker. This is the security checkpoint for our prison. This is a lot more detailed than the other one. In CCHQ we did. Here's the security checkpoint for that. This is the kitchen where you can trade for prisoners, or you can be a prisoner and work here. This is a laundry room, where you can do your laundry. Here's the storage room. This is the interrogation room for the prison. Up here is the visiting area, so this is where the visitors go. And then this is the other side of the visitors area for the prison. So this is where the prisoners go. We have a jail cell. We have a jail cell, and we also have a no jail cell. Alright, now we're going to move on. We did basement, that's all for the basement for now. We're going to go to floor number 1. And of course we are on the inside. We're going to go this way, all the way down here. And we're going to start at this security booth. So all entrances at the front, there's 4 entrances, and all of them have security booths. This is the rent-a-car office for people. There's the inside of the security checkpoint. This is a visitor center. You can donate to fundraisers, or basically a financial center, and also basically a service desk over here. This is a mood booster, and we have another one. Here's another entrance with a security booth. Here's the inside of that one. Here is a member lounge, so this is for everybody. We're going to go this way. So this is the, I believe this is the member, no, this is security department, no. Yeah, this is the member department room. Here's the security department room. Here's the activity department room. And this is the finance department room, even with its own vault for storing money. And we're going to go down a bit. So we can go this way. This is the main entrance. So here's what it is from the outside. And also, if we feature this campaign poster for Landon, it says, want a better future, but for Landon, a feature made for CC. Now, unfortunately, he's not running for owner anymore, but I did want to point that out, because it is a poster that is here. So I just want to show you that. Of course, here's the security booth over here. This is the CC store. And here's the storage room for that. Here's an empty room. Something's going to go in there. We don't know what. Here's another security booth for this entrance, and this is the last one for the front. This is a security booth. So this is the visitor center, basically the same thing as the other one over there. Exact copy, and then also we have more new posters. Over here we have a storage room for pizzas and cookies, and just miscellaneous storage. Over here we have our bank. This is the bank where you can rent money, but you do have to pay back interest. And here's the vault, and of course some filing for that. We're gonna go over here. This is a maintenance room where you can shut off the power if you want. Over here, this is basically an outdoor lounge with a pool. This is the C4 Topgolf, where you can do that. Alright, so yeah, that's the Topgolf of here. Let's go down here. Over here we have two training rooms. Not really used much because of the school in CCHQ now. And then here's a funny poster. I'm gonna take a look at that. Alright, let's move on. Here's our main hallway, by the way. And before I forget, we need to go down here to show you the library. Here it is. Here's a reading nook in the corner. And by the way, we do have a staircase by the elevator. And over here we have some bathrooms. Alright, and over here is our newsroom for press conferences. We don't use this one much because there's one in CCHQ, but whatever, we still have to have it. So yeah, there it is. Over here we have a cookie making room. And then here's a pizza making room down here. And I believe that is everything on the first story, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go to number 2. Alright, okay, our guy's just asking you some more questions, even though I'm filming. How weird of him. Anyway, into something might be put there, I'm unsure. So let's go all the way down here. Actually, no, we're gonna start here. So this is the Cookie Bud soccer room. Alright, and then this is, so yeah, that's a soccer, some seating over there. This is a housing office for the apartments. There was some apartments up there where we do that last. I guess we should go down here. This is the janitor room. This is the cafe. Actually, we should probably spend more time in the cafe. Here we go. Detailed kitchen. A bunch of photos on the wall. And here's some outdoor seating even. Here's the basketball court. So you can take the ball and throw it in there. Even got some VIP sitting up there. Okay, here's the All Guy Detection Agency office. Of course, we have the same thing similar to CCHQ. We can go this way. We have an interview room. Never used it before, but it's still here. And we're going to go back down here to start our offices. Over there's a vacant office. This is the, and by the way, down here is just a vacant room. We don't know what's going to go put here, but something. So this is the activity director office. It's vacant. Head of finance, vacant. Head of security. We're going to have to do something here because, well, the person who decorated the office is now banned. So we're going to have to change the office there. Here's the owner office for Mr. All Guy. And over here is the head of members office. This is the accounting office for me. And this is the head clerk's office. I did not need to pull that. Alright, this is a HR and MR lounge over here. It can also serve as the VIP subscription room. Now let's go over here. This is our meeting room. This is the courtroom. So we have our jury area, the judge, the witness area, plaintiff and their lawyer, and of course we have the defendant and their lawyer. Desk and appears there's 3 guests. Here's the upstairs to the Topgolf room. Did everything over there. Here's the movie theater. Here's a lobby for that, and then here's the bathroom. Here's basically just some random movie view. And here's the actual movie theater. I believe there's nothing else on the second story, so we're actually going to take the stairs to the third story. Here's the elevator. We're going to plant display. And we're going to go this way, and then work our way down there. Here's our, so basically this entire third story is mainly the apartments. This is the apartment laundry room. This is empty, but it's going to be a lounge and a kitchen for the apartments. This is a VIP sitting for basketball. Here's an empty apartment. This is All Guy's apartment room. Down here we have, okay, so this is a band of members. Remember, we changed that photo. And then also, this is just empty apartment with some pre-decorations from the last person's apartment. This is the apartment. This is another empty apartment. We're going to have to change that photo. That person's band. This is Mr. Duck's apartment, or Landon. This is his apartment. Alright, and then here's our gym. So we have a lobby for that. Here's a mood booster, some miscellaneous storage for the gym. And then the gym itself is unfinished, but this is where it's going to go. And I believe that is everything in C4. Okay, so we're going to go down stairs. And we're going to go to the beginning of the plot so that we can go to the next plot. Okay. And the elevator's here. We're going to go down. Alright, and it's going to be right over here. We'll see you when we get back. Alright everyone, we're now going to Cookie Club Mobile Events. What can I do? And it's kind of hard, I'll just walk. Alright, that's gonna walk. We're going to go over here to the reducers. This basically for all guys work. Yeah, so here's a gate only for the, you can only use this for bikes and bike parking. There's a racetrack. We're going to use this with, and we're going to do a racetrack. And we're almost finished with the racetrack by now. Just a couple more turns and we're here. And now we're going to go to the news room. And over here, all that is about to start filming the news. So let's not disturb him. Let's actually need to go here first. This is a meeting room for everybody. This is going to be a classroom, and also this is, well, not this, but this is a lobby. This is an office. Over here we have the actual classroom. Very great poster on the wall. There's a train kitchen, and this is going to be a bathroom here. Let's go over here and do the gate and vehicle park, and then we'll go to OGS. This is just the main gate for vehicles. And then over here, this is the Bagel Memorial Park. And of course he gets back in there, but this is now just for his account, not really him anymore. So now we can go to OGS. This is his restaurant, his personal one. So you can order a bunch of meals in the kitchen. And also here's a bunch of seating. Of course we have bathrooms over there. And over here there is an events area. This is a Top Golf, pretty big. Very big. Probably the biggest one out of all of them. And this is a ball, and it can take me to a park. If I'm not mistaken, that is all, but before we end, we're going to go do that show. Alright, so we're going to And that's our lecture, and I believe that is everything today. That is everything to show that Cookie order days. So now we're going to end the recording here, and we'll pick up back up at another quad. Alright, this is Cookie 5. This is the outside of it. And we're going to go apart from the underground section. And we're here. So we're going to go in the underground entrance. There we go. And this is our elevator. So that's going to go to the other stories. This is, oh, okay, let's get to, that's not good. That's concrete. Alright. This is going to be our HR offices, and of course for Cookie 5. So this is going to be the member, head of members, head of finance, activity director, co-owner, owner, head of security, and head ports. Looks like we need that not to be concrete, but this is actually going to be our bunker. That needs to not be concrete anymore. That's fact. But anyway, this is our bunker, detailed over here. And also this is some beds over here, and this is probably going to be a bathroom. And this is a concrete one like that. And over here is going to be our finance center. So here's the little lobby, and then this is finance center. Over here, this is for finance. This is a finance department room. So we're going to the elevator. We go to floor number 1. There's a little chill area. We're going to have cookies and other foods, these display cases, and here's a kitchen over here. And by the way, I'm going to tell you a story about this spot. So this was originally owned by something named Bagel. There was a situation in about August of 2025 where he was banned and terminated from Roblox. So we couldn't have a plot. So as a Christmas present, Zale, our made this spot on Zale's account as a replica. So it's like not the same as the original plot, but very, very similar. So like there were some differences from this kitchen and the over there, you know, as an example. But this is just you know, similar enough to that one. You know, so anyway, we're going to continue with the tour. This is some ovens, some kitchens. We definitely need some kitchen decorations too. There's some other stuff in there. We'll leave it this way. Over here is a bathroom. Here's like the main entrance lobby, whatever. There's a member lounge. Pretty cramped up in here, and we do have the pool. So here's the main lobby and a service desk. And we move it to the outside at the front. This is what the entire bedroom side. Over here is a visitor center and kind of help desk, you know. Okay, so over here. Let's go around a bit. We'll go this way. So this is, I'm not sure, I think this is just another visitor center if I'm not mistaken. We definitely need to sign. But up here is the financial center, donation fundraiser center, whatever. That's what this is over here. Down here is that. So now we're on this right side of the building. Over here is a bathroom. Over here is just a main desk, service desk with some seating over there. Here's a meeting room. Here's definitely a bunch of seating. This is some other offices, the ones that are not down there, so we might find some miscellaneous rooms there. Now here's an interview room. There's a cafe, really detailed. This is a mood booster, and another mood booster there. And here's a storage / janitor room. So that's about all over here. Alright, and this way we have our member department room and security department room. This is an entrance to the back parking over here. And then this way is a train station, by the way, with our train over here. Okay, so over here is the gym. Here's a movie theater room. Here is a basketball court. There we go. And I believe that is all for the first story, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that is. So we're going to go to the second story, number 2. So this is a newsroom press conference room. Here's a vault for the recipes for our cooking and pizza making formulas. Over here, I don't know what this is called. It's probably supposed to be a bathroom if I'm correct, and I don't know what that is. Over here is a chill room, sunroom. Over here is empty room. I think these are going to be apartments. Yeah, these 2 rooms are apartments. So if you want to rent those, that's the sunroom. Here's an auditorium. Over here is our courtroom. And something should be okay. Nope. Okay. Now I was just making sure that was in the room. Alright, so that means that is all of the second story. We can go to the third one now. And we're in the third story. Here's another apartment room. Apartment there. This is just the back of it. We need this room, which is a soccer room. Where's the soccer ball? Okay, over here. I'm going to kick it into the goal. And now we have the last room in the entire building, and this is a top-off room. Very detailed kitchen over here with some seating. And we have the actual room, the only one that's 3 stories tall. So very, very big, if I do say so myself. And we're going to be kicking it down there, and it is going to go in the hole. And that stays, but this one should go in the hole, or not. Okay. So of course we have this story, and we also have this floor too. So yes, that is everything in the plot. We can go to it right now. So we can go to the next plot, due to us finishing. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, this plot is not an exact replica of the older one owned by Zale, but this one is now, replicated by Zale, not 100% replica, but roughly 85% of the way there. So this is the C5 plot for Cookie 5, yeah, so that's what this is. So we're going to see at the next plot. Alright, we are here at the Cookie Club Water Park. Water, as in the pie symbol on the logo that AI made. That's your Mystic Guy. And hey, please put away the lawnmower. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, this is Cookie Club Water Park. So we have our parking area. This is a food gazebo. There's a lot around the plot. We can just order some food. Here's the main fountain. And we can go to the left and make our way right. So here's a lazy river, by the way. It goes around the entire plot. This is the another food gazebo. We have a pathway over there, but first we need to do this slide. We can go up. So we're going to go down the slide. And here we go. And we're in the water, because it's a water park. Okay, so we made it over here. Another food gazebo, there's quite a bit. The lazy river over here. And we go in the center, another fountain here. Some seating for food around the gazebos. We have some bigger, seating over here. Some more food over there. So yeah, a bunch of areas to get food. Alright, we're going to go down the orange slide and I can do the yellow one. There we go. Alright, and now we're going to do this one over here, the second big one, and then we go down. There we go. Alright, and that's the second biggest slide, because this next one is going to be the biggest one. It's going to be over here, to our left. And it's at this ladder over here. And we're going to go down the water side. Here we go. And here we go. We're in the water, due to the water park. And that was all, I believe. So this is a pretty small plot because it's the, just water park. Also, by the way, we do have a train station. Alright, and here is the end of the water park. So that's all for that. We'll see you at the next plot soon. Alright, hey everybody, we are at Cookie Club Racetrack. This is the front of it. But if you want to park, you have to go to the garage. So we're gonna go down here. Here's the main parking area, but over here is our main offices. HR parking. So we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna make the main entrance over here. So here we are. This is it. We're gonna go take the. Actually, let's go through here. This is a kitchen to make food for the race. You know, spectators want their food, and also we do have a party room / like a big area for, like, you know, feasts. Also, we're gonna go over here because we do have luxury suites to view the race. We're gonna go over here. We just shut Duck out the door, by the way. So just me and you all, guys. And we're here. So this is, you know what a suite looks like. We do have a bathroom. This is a view of the racetrack. And here's the other suite. So you can rent these from the Racetrack Association, which is Duck. And bathroom over there. So yeah, we do have a television newsroom over here to report the race. And that's all for the suite, so we now have to go. Oh, the guy seriously took the elevator, so now we have to wait. That's very rude of him. Alright, there we go. And we will be going over the guest area, you know, the lobby and the spectator area, and then we'll take a race. Alright, and we're going down to floor 0. We'll be there very shortly to go to the race. Mr. Duck is floating for some reason. Hello. Do not play your guitar. Thank you. Alright, and we're going to be taking this right-hand turn over here. And here's just basically a lobby. There's a racetrack. Here's the main guest area with like a little cafe. Here's the cafe with some seating. There's a little area for drinks and stuff. There's a guest room where you can sit down. There's a trophy room. And over here is where the seating is. This is the seating. You can watch the race. There's also the starting line. But we do need to take the race. So we're going to be going around the track now, doing a lap. Here we go. We're going down the road, and we've passed Mr. Duck on his own racetrack. That's very sad to hear. So we'll be almost done. We're going this way, and we're doing this. So this is what we're doing. And we're on the racetrack, and we're almost done, by the way. Just going to go back down into the finish line. Here's a very narrow section of the racetrack. And we're almost done, and we're at the finish line. So we have completed the race, and we'll now be headed to the next part. See you in the next part for, I believe, the last one. So we'll see you there. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, we're at the last box plot. This is cookie number 3. So let's go ahead and begin. So you can see Zell has a window over here. We go starting from this way. This is a mood booster. Another mood booster. This is a visitor center, you know, ID area too. So we're gonna go in from this way. Actually, I like making my way in from that door. By the way, there's the main gate over there. So this is a really old plot, by the way. Hasn't been updated in a long time, so we still see some very old campaign posters from February 2025, almost been an entire year. Okay, so this is an empty room. I know there's room in there, but there's no door. Here is a newsroom, which, by the way, is here. This is a newsroom for press conferences. The first ever debate for the CC is there for an election. This is the store, the default store. This is the newsroom. So we're going to go over here, this is a financial center. Here's a desk for that, and of course over there is the lobby. We're going to go down there in a second. Over here is a finance office with a bathroom. Here's a vault, which by the way is up here too. We're going to go this way. That's outside. That's an elevator, by the way. Alright, this is a cookie making room where we can make cookies. This is the pizza making room where we can make pizza. This used to be a storage room. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Also, elevators over here, staircase. I'll get to that in a second. Here's a buffet. It kind of walks over here though. Empty over here. Very empty. Definitely needs some renovations. As I said, it hasn't been updated in a very long time. And that's that room. over here. This is an interview room. This is empty. So now we're going to go to these two offices. This is my office for owner. And then this is Audad's office for owner. Alright. That should be all for that side. Let's go into here. Here's a rent-a-car with the rent-a-car office over here. And then all the way over here, we have a very detailed cafe. Very detailed, if I do say so myself. Over here, we do have a gym. This is a gym where you can do physical activity. Here's a second story to the cafe. And now we're going to go to the elevator so that we can go to the second story. So we're coming in through the storage room, by the way. And we're going to go to number 2. So not much has been made at all on the second story. This is a movie theater where you can watch movies, stuff like that. And if we go all the way over here, we can go to what you'll see in a second. This is a Topgolf, not decorated just yet, but here it is. I'm stuck, but I'm gonna try to get you in the hall. Can you go? No, and I'm stuck. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to go to the door here, and we're back in the cafe. So we'll just go back to the front, because that is everything in the plot. Probably pretty small, the smallest big plot, I think. So we go over here, and we are now finished with C3 and every plot inside Bloxburg. So, yeah, it's taken a very long time. Hopefully this helps, and we'll see you in the next video, or whenever. We'll see you. If it did help, please like and subscribe. Also, if you haven't joined, please join the CC. It would definitely help out a lot, and I don't know what else to say, so we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Alright, this isn't on Bloxburg, but I decided that it would be good tutorial anyway, because it's a part of the cookie club, and I think it's something that should be, talked about. So this is the CNC game, where we hold election events. We'll have our main elections every 3 months, but party conventions and other voting things are also part of it. So we have our security gate and also the lobby. This is a seating area where you can sit down and watch the event. Here's our main podium. Also, by the way, this is heavily guarded with security guards everywhere. So if you try to do something bad, one of these guys will harm your back. Here's still most of in this room, down on stage. And also, by the way, nobody knows the code to get into the VIP room. So we have to use commands, and we have to do that to get in the VIP room. So this is a VIP room for only HR. In fact, if you remember, if you've seen John's shorts about getting fat by using the vending machine, this is where it was found. Or you can get some stuff from the vending machine, the candy and drinks. So yeah, and we have like some, some just desks, and over here just a lobby area, cookie bar. So yeah, this is the CNC game. Just wanted to show y'all it, because it's not Bloxburg, but it's cookie club, so it's related. So I'm just gonna show y'all that, and it's all we have for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe. If it helped you, then I'd really appreciate to know that this video took a while to make it, and definitely took you a while to watch it. So yeah, we'll see you in the next video, or whenever we see you. Bye.